Ed here, and I am responding to nerd question number 24 as posed by Alex from Return to Motherbase. And I believe that he said it originated from Gareth of Sprites and Bytes. So, yeah, kind of a roundabout way of getting there. But check out both of their channels. They are both really cool guys, and I enjoy their stuff. Anyway, before I get started, I would like to say happy birthday to Alex from Return to Motherbase. He and I share February 29th as our birthdays, and it is a fairly small fraternity. As a matter of fact, I have never met anybody in person that was also born on February 29th. So, happy birthday, Alex. Happy birthday, me. He is 7, I am 9. Yeah, I'm that much older than him. Oh well. Now, the question. He wants to know what game best utilizes the hardware it was designed for. At least, that's what I think he said. That's what I am going on, and the hardware is this. Now, you are probably saying to yourself one of two things. Either that is the most glorious thing I have ever seen, or get that hideous monstrosity out of my face. Now, I personally think that this is beautiful, and you might be asking yourself, Ed, what could possibly use all of that hardware? And the answer to that question is nothing, really. Back in 1994, they just didn't know how to program for all of this. So, they did try, though. Sorry, I am so phlegmy, I don't know why. With games like Corpse Killer. This is a game that actually came out on the Sega CD, and then they decided, hey, let's see if we can make it work on the 32X and the Sega CD, and there really wasn't much difference as far as I could tell. The sound was a little better. It was actually pretty cool back then, at least to the 1994 version of me, because I had only ever played Nintendo and Sega games, and there were not a lot of horror-based games on it, and certainly nothing quite like this. So it was cool, but did not push the hardware to its limits by any means. If I were to take this apart and show you just this, I can think of a couple of things that did a very good job of pushing this hardware. Let me get it out of my way here. Set this down here so it's safe. I can think of a couple of things. The first thing that comes to mind is Shadow Squadron. That is a polygon-based game, and I thought it looked very good for the time. Matter of fact, I still think it looks pretty good. Those of you that weren't around back when this came out, you're going to look at it and think that looks terrible, but I would venture to say that it's not so bad that you wouldn't consider playing it. Then I thought of the Virtua games, Virtua Fighter and Virtua Racer. Virtua Fighter was actually a better version of the game than originally came out on the Saturn, so that should give you an idea of how good those games were as far as pushing the hardware to its limits. It was actually better than the original version on the Saturn, Virtua Fighter, that is. The game that I am going to pick is Star Wars Arcade. Yes, it is a Star Wars game, and yes, I do love Star Wars, and that's probably part of the reason that I'm picking it. But really, as far as the graphics are concerned, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it on there. Yeah, not very good. As far as the graphics are concerned, it is not better than Shadow Squadron. As a matter of fact, Shadow Squadron is probably a little bit better than this, but you're really splitting hairs. However, as far as the sound goes, the opening sequence in this game, they play the daggone. They play the Star Wars theme. And for a Sega Genesis song, it sounds very good. Now, I don't mean to get all the fanboys up in arms, because I am a Sega fanboy myself. However, the Super Nintendo flat out had a better sound processor. It came out a couple years later, so you would expect that it would. And it did not sound as good, obviously, as the CD-based systems. But this game, I thought, utilized the sound processor really what I thought at the time was beyond its capabilities. So, yeah, in terms of sound, it is very good, and the graphics are very good for the system. So, I'm rambling now. I'm just going to say this is my pick. As far as games that push the 32X, this one I thought did the best job, in my opinion. And it is, by itself, worth owning a 32X for. You can pick a 32X up nowadays for around $20, I think I've seen. Now, I got mine like 10 or 12 years ago, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them recently for around $20. You can pick this game up I got it for, I think, $5, but you can pick this game up complete for right around $10. So for $30, is it worth playing Star Wars Arcade? Maybe not to everybody. For collectors, though, the 32X really is worth checking out. There are some pretty good games for it that really push the hardware. So, yeah, there you go. I rambled a little bit at the end there. But thank you, Alex, from Return to Mother Base. I was actually going to post this Sunday after I watched your video, and I decided to wait until today so I could personally say happy birthday.